Good morning everybody. Today I take your literature class. In the previous day I have already revised the explanation of chapter 3, that is the boy who served his tribe, and remaining portion is remained. So today I describe the remaining portion of the story. That is, at last we concluded the part after fasting. The boy, his father came to the boy to take him to the house, and he gave him some food, and then the boy with his father was attempt to come back to his own house. And then one day the boy was coming home from a week's hunting trip, and he decided, I describe here, next day he decided to visit Warrior's grave. Warrior, at the time of his death, the warrior told him that every day instructed him to water the grave and to go notice what happened after that. So he came near it and he saw that something was different. The fresh clean earth of the grave was covered in green plumes. He went nearer. When he goes to the near the grave, he saw instead of plumes there the grave was covered with green plumes, and not plumes. He said to himself softly, leaves. Instead of plumes there he saw leaves, white, pale, and green leaves. He saw instead of plumes there he saw the green leaves. He stood there staring at them. He was stared at these leaves. He had never in his life seen leaves like them, and he did not know what to do, and he was puzzled to see the leaves and did not know what should he do then. No, Hisuki said, remembering how the young warrior had died. His eyes fixed on the boy's own. He told me to trust him, and I will. And the warrior told him, he reminded the warrior's words that he told him, they don't touch him. He told him to trust him, and he will. Weeks passed, and the boy went on watering and weeding the warrior's grave. The green shoots pushed up through the earth and became tall, strong plants. And in the day after day, he had gone there and he watered on the grave. And the green shoots pushed up through the earth and became tall. And instead of green shoots, gradually became grown and became tall, strong plants. At last the day came when golden tassels swung from them. Tassels, the golden tassels, that is the branches of these trees, golden flowers, golden tassels, becoming swung from the trees, and thick golden tassels. Then the boy knew that it was time to fetch his father to see them, and he realized that at that time he had to told his father the story, what happened in the woods in his fasting days. The older man stood silently at the side of the grave while the boy explained, and at that time his father stood silently at the side of the grave, and the boy explained the whole story. At last the father spoke. After hearing the story, his father told him that was the gift from the Great Spirit, from God. A gift to all the Chippewa people. That is, this gift his father told him, pray to God for something for his whole tribe. That is the gift from the Great Spirit for all the Chippewa people. The boy looked puzzled. He was very puzzled to hear his father's words. The gift, he asked, what is it, father? The man reached out and touched the golden tassels gently. He took a few grains from them and tasted them. Then he turned and looked at the boy, and his face was as glad as the morning sun in the sky. And his father had gone there, and he touched the plumes, he touched the tassels, and there something, grains from them was falling, and he tasted them. It was a very tasty thing, and his father was very pleased, very glad to see this corn, and it is a new kind of food, my boy. He answered, that is a great new kind of food. But the Chippewa people did not know how to grow corns, and this is the gift from God. That is, from that day he had learned to grow corns. Great Spirit has sent us food that will grow where we plant it in the earth. From now on, we Chippewa people will not need to spend all our time and all our strength on hunting animals in the forest. From that day, he told his father, the father told his boy that on that day, they had not hard work for hunting. They had not spent their days with hunting. They, where they grow on the seeds, the plants grow. The boy's father was right. By his death, the warrior had taught the Chippewa how to grow corn. In time, they harvested it and made bread for themselves, and so their lives were made little less hard, just as the boy had asked for the Great Spirit in his prayer. The boy prayed to the Great Spirit to give him a gift that all the peoples had gifted, had learned something that to improve his life. So the God gave him how to grow corn. And in this story, at last the Chippewa people decreased their hard work, and they had to learn how to grow corn. So they spent their days, instead of hunting, they spent their days with growing corn, harvesting. This is the full story. I had totally explained the story again repeatedly in your class. And now I discuss the word meanings and question answers. That is, in the previous day, today I will discuss the word meanings and question answer. Then I show you the pages. That is word meanings. I start word meanings. Number 1, wigwam, a North American hut made of a framework of poles covered with woven grass mats or sheets of bark. Lack, storage or absence of something. Plumes, feathers. Moccasins, heelless shoes made of soft feather. Utterly, completely. Grief, to feel sadness. Tassels, bunch of loose threads hanging together. Content, peaceful happiness. Okay? Peaceful happiness. So that is, this is the story. This is the word meanings. Now I start question answers. Where did a family of the Chippewa tribe live? A family of the Chippewa tribe lived in a wigwam in the woods of North America. Number 2. In what ways was the tribe content? In the family of the tribe, mother and father, brothers and sisters were all very happy because they loved the good things of the world. They enjoyed the sunshine, the forest and the cool springs of water. Okay. Question number 3. What thing did the Chippewa people not know? The Chippewa people did not know about growing corn. 4. How did they spend their life? They spent their life by hunting. 5. What was one of the customs of the Chippewa people? It was the custom of the Chippewa people that when boys of the tribe were 14 years old, they had to go into some lonely place without food, so that they could be alone for several days and think about the life which lay ahead of them. 6. Who did carry out this custom? The eldest son of the Chippewa family carried out this custom. 7. What did the boy do in the woods? Answer. In the woods, the boy prayed to the Great Spirit to send him a gift for the whole tribe. 8. Who do you think the young warrior was? I think that the young warrior was nothing but the Almighty, the Great Spirit. 9. What did the young warrior do with the boy? Answer. The young warrior wrestled with the boy. 10. Why did the boy become weak? Due to his fasting, the boy became weak. 11. What did the young warrior wear? Answer. The young warrior wore green headdress, moccasins and cloak. 12. What was his voice? His voice was like the rush of the wind through the trees. 13. How did the boy become strong? Answer. As soon as the boy touched the green-plumed warrior, he became strong. As soon as the boy touched the green-plumed warrior, he became became strong. 14. Why did the boy not tell anybody about what he was doing? The boy did not tell anybody what he was doing about because he was afraid that if he told people about the warrior and his visit, he would say that he had dreamed it all for his weakness due to lack of food. 15. What was the gift sent by the Great Spirit to the Chifya tribe? The gift sent by the Chifya Great Spirit, the gift sent by the Great Spirit was how to grow corn to all the Chifya people. These are the question answers of chapter 3. Now I start reference to context. Question number 1. Quoted lines. I have come to test your courage. Stand up. A. Who says these words and to whom? The warrior says these words to the boy. B. When are these words said? Answer. When the boy was to lie inside the wigwam in a kind of dream, these words are said by the warrior. C. How is his courage tested? Answer. His courage is tested by wrestling between the warrior and the boy. Question number 2. Quoted lines. I will break through the earth and return to the sunshine. Answer. A. Who says these words and to whom? The warrior says these words to the boy. B. What is said by the same speaker just before these? Just before these, what is said? What is said by the same speaker just before these? Answer. Just before these, the speaker said to the boy that he must not grieve for him. He ordered him to bury him and keep his grave covered with fresh damp earth. C. What happens after these? After saying this, the warrior breathed his last. Died. 3. Quoted line. See, my son, I have come to fetch you. A. From which story is the extract taken? Answer. This extract is taken from the story The Boy Who Served His Tribe. B. Who said these words and to whom? The father said these words to his son. C. What did he bring for his son? He brought food for his son. 4. Question number 4. Quoted words. A gift. A gift. Who asks this and to whom? The boy asks this to his father. B. What do you mean by gift here? A gift means that the Great Spirit learned all the Chifya people how to grow food. C. How did he feel then? Then his father touched the golden tassels gently and then he took a few grains from them and tasted them. Then he was very happy and his face was as glad as the morning sun in the sky. Now these are the question answers and reference to context. Now student, you follow your books. That is question number C, words and meaning. Match the following to make sensible expression. That is 1. Harvest. Harvest corn. 2. Hunt. Hunt animals. 3. Regain. Regain strength. 4. Part. Time. 5. Win. Glory. 6. Paint. Curtains. Okay. These are the matching the following to make sensible expression. And question number 2, sort the seek a 2. Sort the words into 4 groups of 4 words each. Check the meaning in a dictionary. That is group 1, homes, wigwam, tipi, igloo, kraal. To group B, worship, pray, adore, revere. Group 3, tribe, race, breed, cloud. Group 4, oats, barley, rye, corn. Okay, now I repeat this. Match the following to make sensible expression. Harvest corn, hunt animals, regain strength, part curtains. Words and meaning. Something I mistake, so I tell you the correct ones. harvest corn, hunt animals, regain strength, part curtains, win glory, spend time. Okay, and next 2 number, group 1 wigwam, tipi, igloo, trail. Group B worship, pray, adore, revere. Group 3 tribe, race, breed, clan. Group 4 oats, barley, rye, corn. Okay, so now I show you the pages. So today I revised chapter 3, the boy who served his tribe, and word meanings and questions are referring to context, and some exercises also. Next day I start repeated, next day I revise chapter 4. Okay, thank you.